I'd like to briefly discuss the issues, past, present, and future, that bring us all here today. Past, the start of the Iraq War. At the time, many of us gathered here today understood that the war in Iraq was the wrong war, at the wrong place, at the wrong time. The Bush-Cheney administration created a false link between this preemptive war and 9/11. Did they ever show a link to 9/11? No! Did they ever find weapons of mass destruction? No! Back in Afghanistan, did they ever find Osama bin Laden? No! Does any of this make any sense? No! Let's go to the present and the costs. In lives, more than 2,300 young American men and women who shipped out to Iraq have been killed. More than 10 times that many young Americans have been injured and will bear the wounds and scars of this war for life. More than 20 times that amount, 50,000, will bear psychological wounds caused by the war. And these tolls of death and injury are borne by a voluntary army made up of many of the least fortunate in our society, disproportionately poor, disproportionately minority, and now overwhelmingly opposed to this war. Our nation has spent nearly $500 billion on this war since it began, and some economists project it will soon cost over $1 trillion. And this administration has put these costs onto our nation's credit card, racking up unprecedented deficits. And the administration has failed to make the investments we otherwise might have made in education, in health care, in jobs. Does this make any sense? Let's go to the future. Where is the exit strategy? Where are the plans for redeployment of our troops? Representative Jack Murtha of Ohio is talking about such plans. Here in the 1st Congressional District, Representative John Larson is talking about such plans. Are you going to make sure that every candidate for federal office tells you their plans for getting our troops back home? Are you going to demand a foreign policy that involves working with our friends and allies? When this administration starts pushing us toward a new war with Iran, are you going to demand evidence for their claims? I can't hear you. Let us learn from the past and from the present. Here today, let us begin charting a course for the future which reflects the hard lessons we have learned.